is to sing along. We ready? So we'll go for the national anthem first. Media team, can we have the national anthem? Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria's call to set a sovereign motherland. Somebody say, God bless Nigeria. Somebody say, God bless Ogbomoso land. All right, now we'll go to take our school anthem. And many of you are proud to be or to identify with SQI. To be a student, an alumni, or to identify with SQI. Everybody, right? All right, with that same energy, I want us to sing together the school anthem. Are we ready? Are we ready? All right, let's have the school anthem. Time, we do not have it all the time, so we cherish every moment and give it all our best. And team, we cannot do it all alone. We believe in team spirit, working together and mind. The great invention of us, invented by the Creator to make us co-creators. Tech, this is our goal for Africa. For so long we've been receiving, but it's time and we shall give to the world. We're going to do it much louder now with all of your energy. If you have not eaten today, don't worry. You can eat afterwards. But I want you to do this with all of your strength. Are we ready to do that? So I'll shout, making Africa a tech continent. Then you respond with what? So are we ready? Making Africa a tech continent. One more time, making Africa a tech continent.
This is such an exciting and beautiful month for us at SQI. You see, every July is actually a very beautiful and meaningful month for us at SQI because it's a time when we see, I can call it a month of inclusivity. It's a month where we see visions and dreams gain clarity and direction. Around this time last year, I made a post on LinkedIn saying, today I met with dreams and vision. And the reason why I made that post was because I saw a lot of people from different walks of life, from different age brackets, teenagers, young adults, adolescents, all coming in together with a single goal, which is we urge that tech is the new oil and we want to drill. So show us the way. So we had a very beautiful July last year. We had over 18,000 applications from people who wanted to pursue a career in tech. And out of those 18,000 applications that we received then, many of those applications have now turned into stories and journeys of people who are now building a meaningful career in tech. Some of you were beneficiaries of the last year's scholarship. You're about rounding up your course, becoming a master at your own craft, becoming a boss at what you have chosen. And this is the 16th year she's doing in building the next generation of African talent, both for Africa and for the global stage. And I think you also deserve a round of applause for being a part of this beautiful story and journey. Thank you for staying committed to the vision. So today will be the official launch of the 16th, I'm rushing to next year, of the 16th edition of the annual scholarship program. We deserve a round of applause. Yes. Yes. But beyond today's Mind Talk being the launch of this 16th edition of the scholarship program, is actually going to be a day where we're going to be having a very beautiful and insightful conversation with the president of SQI College of ICT. And you already know that every conversation, every meeting that we have with the director is actually a very beautiful one that you should not miss out of. So whether you're joining us online or physically at any of our campuses, all I just want you to do this morning is sit back, yeah, relax, and enjoy the beautiful conversation that we have prepared for you this morning. My name is Janet Oduleke, and I'm happy to welcome you to the July edition of the Mind Talk program. Can you say to someone, welcome to Mind Talk? They didn't hear you. You do it with a smile like my own. Say, welcome to Mind Talk. Thank you very much. All right, so without wasting further time, we'll be proceeding with today's beautiful event with a book review session. So join me as I welcome my very own amazing colleague, Ashiwaju Ayodeji Oyebanji, for the book review session. Can you do that with a resounding applause? Make it louder.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Janet. I love the way you put it. I think you are now calling my nickname a title now, Ashiwaju. Hey, thank you so much. It's such a joy to be here today again, and I'm so excited to be here today. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you so much. So, from the book club last month, we read a book titled Forged to Lead by our very own rector. And before I dive into the book, I'd like to ask us some things. And I'd like to, just remind us of something. Let's do this together. Me personally, when I was young, or should I assume that when we were all young, many of us had our life like perfectly planned out. Like by 16, I will graduate from secondary school. By 20, I would have graduated from university. How many of us did that thing? Beautiful. See, my own was a step ahead. You see, I will write it down and I will still paste it on the wall. But one thing I've come to realize about life is that everything you have planned sometimes will not go the way you have planned it. They will say that life is not always straight. There will always be, some corners, some potholes, some gullies. But the reality is that everything that has happened to us, right, happened to us for a reason. And we are passing through what I call a process. A process. So looking at the title of the book, Forged to Lead, the word forged, we can basically relate it to process. It's just like a goldsmith trying to bend a steel to look like a cutlass. You know that the goldsmith, the man will continue eating that steel till it gives it the shape of a cutlass. By the time, let's say for instance, that steel has a mouth, he would have said, guy, you don't want to kill me today. But the reality is that before you can get into that position, you have to be forged. You have to be forged. So, this book basically gave us 5 different parts, right? 5 different parts. And I like to basically run through them because, while reading this book, it's basically bring a lot of memories for me. A lot of memory because I've read a lot of books on leadership and I can see how this book basically distills like those complicated principles that other authors used to bring out, right? So the first part of the book is the reality of power. The reality of power. And this one is very, very profound.
with the illustrations, with everything that was mentioned in the book. He said many people are attracted to leadership because of what? Because of recognition. Most people just want the accolades. Most people just want to basically associate themselves to power. I mean, power is sweet. Like my beautiful sister said the other time. She said, Ashiwaju, right? It's a title. But the reality is, am I matching up to that title? Right? So the reality of power. Once we understand what leadership truly is, right? The next question will now becomes, what will it cost me? That now leads us to the second principle that was introduced in the book. I mean, the second part of the book. Remember the other time, I said the book is sectioned into what? Different 5 parts, right? So the second one is the cost of the call. The cost of the call. The cost of the call. It said leadership always comes with a price. Sometimes, as a leader, you have to drop your comfort for your team members. Sometimes, you have to, go extra mile for some things to be done. Sometimes, you have to sacrifice your own salary for your team. There's a cost that is associated with it beyond these accolades. And you can't enjoy the benefits of leadership without enjoying the gbasgbos of leadership, right? There's gbasgbos there, right? But leadership is not only about today, right? Leadership is not about today. Leaders basically think in generations. They think in generation. And one amazing or beautiful thing about this book is that the book was able to structure a life, right? And okay, moving on to the third point now. It said building system that lasts. Now, we started from personal level to what? To the cost. Now, we are now moving to what? Building system. So, the book explores system. How great leaders basically build system that outlives them. System that outlive them. I remember reading a book at some point, Built to Last. Built to Last. The book was telling us how organizations stand the test of time. So, and of course, systems don't run themselves. You agree with me that systems don't run themselves. Who are the people that, what basically runs system are the people. And basically, I used to tell people that at the heart of every organization are the people in there. So the fourth one is leading the faithful. Leading the faithful. That is, the people that are in organizations are very, very, very important. So to the last part, governance. The governance mandate. This one is very, very important because when you have built a great organization, with a stroke of pen, government can decide to pull you down in a twinkling of an eye. That's why I used to say that when the head has rotten, the whole part of the body is not safe, right? So the book was able to tell us, many profound things, and we read it, and we are able to pick much knowledge. So next month, we'll be reading another interesting book by Brian Tracy, which is No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline. So this is another powerful book by Brian Tracy, and this is second book we'll be reading in Mindtalk Book Club. Thank you so much for having me. See you next month.
Thank you so much, Ashiwaju, for that. All right. We have a very beautiful program outline in front of us this morning. And I think we have started on a very good note. Started talking about leadership and how, I think from the book review that Ashiwaju gave us, we can point out many things. He talked about self-leadership, how that you can become a great leader if you have not yet learned how to lead yourself. And how that as you lead, Leadership is not just about usurping power, it's about building systems that can outlive you, building legacies that can live beyond you. And I think SQI College of ICT is a very beautiful example of a formidable leadership that will outlast generations. I believe you agree with me. Do you agree with me? Okay, thank you. And we can't but celebrate the leaders and the amazing people who are making this work. We can't say all of them, we can't start mentioning their names one after the other, but I would love you to join me with a very warm applause as we celebrate and welcome into today's event the Rector of SQI College of ICT, Dr. Ajani S. Adegbenro. We're so glad to have you. Thank you for joining us, sir. We also have this morning joining us the President and the Director of SQI College of ICT, Dr. Adeyemisi Aderento. We also have the Registrar, Mrs. Grace Aderento. Thank you for joining us. We also have all of our directors across different positions and all of our staff members, lecturers, trainers, instructors, and you, the students and supporters of SQI College of ICT. Can you celebrate yourself for joining in this morning? Thank you. Thank you. So you already know what time it is. It's Kahoot o'clock. It's the time to play some games and win some prizes. So please pull out your phones. Pull out your phones. And today, I have a passion in my heart. I want somebody that is joining us for the first time to win. So if you're joining us for the first time, can you wave your hands? If this is your first time. Jerry, you're not joining us for the first time. First time, we only have a few. Okay, we have a number. Okay, can we celebrate them? Thank you for joining us. We're so glad to have you. Thank you. So I want you to win this morning. So please, allow my passion and vision to come to pass. So the way we do it is simple. If you're joining us online or physically at any of our campuses, just go to kahoot.it. You sign in with a username hyphenated with the campus you're joining in from so we can know exactly where you're from and how we can get your prize across to you if and when you win. So if you're joining in from the Ogbomosho campus, you put your username -OGB. So just like that for every other campus, DUG for Dugbe, Iwo for Iwo Road, ABK for Abeokuta, ABJ for Abuja, OSG for Oshogbo, VIR for virtual, if you're joining us virtually. So, Oshogbo, are you ready for us? Okay, while you're setting up, a quick announcement regarding how the Kahoot works in case this is your first time. For the Kahoot game, if you win, you will be given a cash prize sent to your Airmeans account. So if you do not yet have Airmeans, just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store, download Airmeans, and get started to win the prize. So are we doing that already? Are we doing that already? Are we doing that already? Okay. So this is the game pin on the screen, 218413. You already know the rules. Join in with your username, the campus you're joining in from, so we can recognize you. Oshogbo, are you ready for us? Can we see how many participants we have on the game already? Okay, 97. I can see some campus here. Iwo Road, Abuja, Lagos. I'm not sure I've seen Dugbe. Okay. So you can still join in if you haven't. Just go to Caoso IT, type in the game name, sign in with your own username, the campus you're joining in from, and we'll be glad to have you. I can hear Mr. Damilare's voice, but it's not very audible.
So are we ready?
Yes, we are ready.
The third, we have sixth question. Last line of SQI anthem. The last line of SQI anthem. Voila for who didn't know the anthem. Now everybody is singing the anthem. The last line of SQI anthem. Wow. All right. What was the topic of the last Mindtalk event? What was the topic of last Mindtalk event? What was the topic of the last Mindtalk event? Perhaps Aura from Bumosho, Soft from Ushubu. So the eighth question, what was the guest speaker for the last, who was the guest speaker for the last Mindtalk event? Who was the guest speaker for the last Mindtalk event? It's the guest speaker. Wow. Wow. Iwo Road is taking second. And we have the ninth question. Which programming language is essential for front-end web development? Which programming language is essential for front-end web development? Which of these programming languages is essential? Which of the programming language? Okay. Wow. Iwo is taking the lead. Ogunmo second. Is happening. What does ATTP acronym stand for in Mindtalk? What does the ATTP acronym stand for in web browser address? And we've come to the end of this. So we have the third Ayomide from Iwo Road, stopped from Oshogo, and we have Elisha from Iwo. So we've come to the end of the Kahoot session. Thank you.
Okay. That was a beautiful one. Sorry, and no, he's not even sorry. I don't want to say condolences to Ogbomoso and some other campuses that we did not see on the radar. But then, we win some, we lose some. But thank you for participating. So, if you are the winner from any of the campuses, Iwo Road and Oshogo, just reach out to your campus coordinator, drop your earnings account number with them, and we'll be sure to get it across to the right quarters, and you'll be credited in minutes. Okay. Don't worry, we'll go again next month. But I'm hoping that the people that won are actually first-timers. Hopefully. Okay. So as we proceed in today's Mindtalk event, I see that we have a few people who are joining us for the first time. You don't know what Mindtalk is. You just know that they said there is an event, and you came upstairs, you saw the screen, you saw chairs and everything, and then you're wondering, what are we here for? So in a few minutes, there'll be a video that will be playing on the screen to take us through why do we do Mindtalk at SQI College of ICT? Why do we gather every second Monday for such an event like this? So I want you to pay attention to the screen as the video will be played. So media. very much. If you paid attention to the video that was played, the whole concept of Mindtalk is to ensure that every student who walks into SQI becomes holistically empowered to compete on the global stage, such that they are not just professionally skilled enough to be able to, deliver their skill set for whatever purpose is needed, but to be also able to enter into rooms with good character development, strong moral etiquette, and the ability to compete on the global stage. This is why we gather every second Monday for the Mindtalk event. And today we have gathered again for an exciting conversation, which I want you to pay a very close attention to this morning. As Yoruba will say, the guest speaker we're having today is Odu. You know what they call Odu? You know Odu? You don't know Odu? You don't know Odu? How? Odu is a type of vegetable, It's common. It's everywhere. Everybody knows it. So that's the kind of speaker we're having this morning. We're having the president of SQI College of ICT this morning as our keynote speaker for the conversation we'll be having. And I want you to join me with a loud standing ovation as I welcome him off stage for his keynote speech. Can you join me as I welcome the president of SQI College of ICT, Dr. Adeyemi C. Aderinto.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Let's have our seat, please. Are we glad to be here this morning? Are we glad to be here this morning? Yes, sir. Okay. And I want to believe that when you heard that we are going to be having a special edition of the Mindtalk, you really prepared specially for it. Well, I noticed that at least those that won the Kahoot program, are different from those that used to win it. For the first time in history, Ogbomoso did not show at all. Wow, clap for yourself for not showing. Okay, let's believe that, because the moderator said you should allow those who are joining for the first time, to win. So you just allow them. So appreciate yourself for allowing, those who are joining for the first time. All right. So while I wait for my slide to come up, I would like to remind you about why we do Mindtalk. And next month, we'll be doing a session on the why, on everything SQI does. And you're going to learn a lot from those why, because if you take the why of SQI and apply it to yourself, you will get the same result, if not better. Okay? But today, one of the components in SQI College of ICT is that of the Mindtalk. And the Mindtalk is where you obtain the secret that gives you an edge beyond the skill that you have. If you have ever wondered why SQI alumni are always at the top in any organization where you find them, it is what we teach at the Mindtalk. So it's so common that when SQI alumni join a company, within months or years, they will rise so fast to the top. And that's why when you go out to some of those companies, you realize that those that will decide who stays and who does not stay are mostly those that have been through SQI. I remember a company in Lagos, the name is CAP PLC. The person in charge of their tech there is an SQI alumni. And he has been telling his company that I want you to be taking SQI's alumni alone. They are the ones that will not give me problem. So he said they should sign a pact with SQI, but they were dragging feet. So they had an interview at the time, with people from various parts of the nation. And the person that came at the top was from SQI. So they took the person to him, and he was proud and said, I have told you, why do you have to be wasting time interviewing other people? You should have just signed the agreement with SQI and get SQI students alone. Now, we don't want you to get there and change the narrative. That when you now get there, those beautiful things that made them to promote people from SQI, you now stop, displaying it. That's why we continually have the Mind Talk. So anytime you come for the Mind Talk, please make sure you always come with a note. I'm happy to see you that way. That's very good. Make sure you always come with a note. Make sure you always retain whatever you are being taught, and make sure you put it to work. And I can assure you, if you do that, you help us to keep that testimony of SQI alumni always being at the top in every organization. So today, I will be speaking briefly, before we go to the AMA session, I will be speaking briefly on a title called the AI competition. Would you mind saying that together with me? Yeah, the AI competition. It's like SQ has been a tech prophet for a while now, always predicting what comes next, and always preparing the students and our organization also on what comes next. So during the Kahoots, I think we mentioned there was a question that asked about the last scholarship team, right? And what was the answer? Collaborate with AI. And today, that's what everybody is saying, right? Now, what's the one before collaborate with AI? The one before collaborate with AI was AI God. So it has always been like AI Wahala. We already know that, hey, AI Wahala is coming. So we were screaming and shouting it. So in 2024, it's AI Gods, right? 2025 is collaborate with AI. And the one in 2023 is what? 2022 is what? Okay, 2022 is Tech the New Oil. Thank you, Mercy Ajibade. So the one for 2025 is collaborate with AI. The one for 2024 is the making of AI gods. Good. And the one for 2023 is Tech Citizen for Tech Nations. And the one for 2022 is Tech the New Oil. For 2021 is Build a Rewarding Career in AI. Then was it in 2019 that we have robots are coming? It's in 2018 that we have robots are coming. Then after that, we have robots are here. And what are robots? AI. So for like almost more than 6 years, SQ has been proclaiming about the coming of AI. And whoever follows what was happening there will be prepared by now. So today I'm talking to you about the AI competition. Next slide. So, every AI revolution, every major revolution, in history, has always changed who had an advantage. Somebody help me with this, please. So every major revolution in history changed who had an advantage. And your advantage is the one that will determine where you fall. That's why, I have told you before, you barely have wealthy people that continuously, from generation to generation, their children continue their wealthy status. You will see people who are not wealthy yesterday that will rise in a certain generation. And those who were ready before will crash. So it's always like this. Give me some water, please. And when we talk about revolution, you can go back to it. When we talk about revolution, it's always referred to sudden change. Sudden change of maybe a political status or an economic status. And when that sudden change arrives, lives and countries and companies and people are being changed. And that change can either be good or the bad. So what will determine if the change that will happen to a certain company, country, or an individual, whether it will be good or not, is how well that particular person is positioned for that change. So it's always a benefit when you know that that change is coming ahead. It prepares you. And every time that change always brings its own advantage. It will rearrange and change the advantage, which means what was giving people an edge before, we stop giving them an edge. Are you following what I'm talking about? Then it will now become a new thing. So for every moment, you have to learn that new thing. So there was a time we have the mechanical change. And this was the time when we have the printing press. How many of you have seen this thing before? I think online. I think I need to go and purchase the one in Turkey. There is a printing press in Turkey that is no longer functional. So that we can purchase it and put it in a museum. So that you can know that something like this existed. So before this thing came around, the only people that have access to knowledge are the scholars. In fact, what was common there was scrolls. If you know scrolls, they write on animal skins. All right? And then they put it carefully in a place nobody can touch. And that time, if you need to copy it, you have to copy it by hand, letter by letter. Now imagine a knowledge that is required for billions of people worldwide, that you have to copy letter by letter. So that brought about so much limitation to knowledge. You have to go to some specific people and ask before you can know something. You can't even have a library before this thing. Then the mechanical age came and everything changed. And then they can print books, multiples, and everybody can get those books. So you know what? The prestige that scholars were having, like we are the only one in charge, we are the only one that knows this thing, started falling apart. They fought for it. Some people had to kill for it. In that they started tagging those who are using this printing press as evil. So they just need to call them evil. They have to say, especially in religious sense, they will have to say that they are working against God. Then they say, start killing them. But the truth is that when a revolution comes, you barely have that power to stop it. You can only fight it, but you cannot stop it. Thank you. Am I good now? Okay. So when a revolution comes, what did I say? You can only do. You can only fight it. And you know those who will fight it, those who are losing out on it, those who are losing status, those who are losing economic power, we say, no, he say, no. Say, I want to tell Lord on it. And then he say, go after them. But no matter how much this age was being fought, we have it for decades. Even till now, it's still functional. And it changed those who have the status from maybe we have those who don't have any status at all began to gain respect and economic power. So another one is, let me see the next one. The industrial age. This one, this is what brought Britain up, this industrial age. So everything you are hearing about Britain today, this is what made them.
it changed the status. You know, Britain can be a very poor country. I hope you know Britain is a very poor country. Britain, Canada, America, they were a very, very poor nation. SQI, I said SQI. Africa was so wealthy. We had everything. Animal skins are there, resources are there. We are not, you know, sometimes hunger makes you to go on a search and makes you creative, makes you to seek and find some things. I remember there was a particular event that happened in 2005. You see, Honda was making some cars. They were making Honda Accord. And the version for that year, they nicknamed it End of Discussion because of the shape of the car, as if there can never be any other better design. So they call it, the Honda Accord for 2025, they named it End of Discussion. No more discussion. So as excellent as that car was, it happened that it began to act in a certain way that whenever that car is in traffic, it will just shut down. It will begin to jack and then shut down. New cars for that matter. And new cars are being used by wealthy people. So imagine the embarrassment. New cars, big man inside the car, and the car jack, and then shut down. So they began to report it to Honda in Japan. This is what we are experiencing. This is what Honda Accord that we call End of Discussion is doing to us. And Honda was insisting that it's not happening anywhere in the world except Lagos. Sincerely, it was true, except Lagos. No other country was reporting that. And they said it only happens in traffic. Lagos traffic. Oh. We have traffic in other places, but Lagos traffic. So, Honda do not know what to do. Like, we don't understand what is going on. That is when Africa will say there is a demon. But it happened. My elder brothers at that time was working with Honda in Lagos. And then one day he discovered what is wrong with those cars. It was just the gearbox of the car. And not the whole gearbox. It's just a certain sensor on the gearbox of those cars that something was wrong with. And that thing that he discovered took him around the world. Took him to Japan, like, come and teach us what happened here. And you know what? When we asked our brother, how did you discover this thing? He said, that day I was broke. So I have drank Gary. I have drank Gary too much. And everything was just too boring. So I began to just change sensor. I just started changing sensor. I will put the gearbox back inside the car. I will drive it. I will bring it back. And then I discovered that it's working. So Gary. So people that are drinking Gary are happy now. And you have hope. I am giving you hope. So you see, Britain was so broke. Too much cold there. And they don't have things like to cover them. Africa has the weather and everything. So they began to seek. They began to seek for solution. So when they discovered this industrial agent, they were able to create big ships that could take them, around continents. Big ships that use steam engine. They are able to create factories. And those factories means those things that craftsmen used to do things, like if you are into shoemaking. You do it one by one. Everything you do it by hand, one by one. You craft it with hand. Then things began to change. Britain could produce things en masse and make it so cheap using machines. So all of a sudden, the big men in craftsmanship began to wonder, people are no longer coming to us because even machine will do it more better. Things will be more clearer, sharper, and faster. People were no longer coming. And people began to migrate from local environment to the urban cities. And that was when Nigeria began to invent this song, Ishe Agbe, Nishe, to encourage people to stay with farming. Like, why are you people living for factories, living for Lagos? People were living for cities because of this age. You see how it's changing lives. So those who were rich as craftsmen, as at that time, became poor. And those who had nothing before, because they discovered this, or were part of this, became rich. Are you seeing something right there? It always changes. Let me see the next one. This one. This one. You know, whenever there is a revolution, AI is the first revolution that I know that lives were not lost. People like Elon Musk supposed to be gone by now. This other revolution, the electrical age, that made people to be able to put street lights on street. And they said I think an accusation was that they are acting God. Like there was supposed to only be lights in the afternoon. Now there is lights all around the clock. They are acting God. And then they went after them. Revolutions are always brutal. Whether by technology or political. Always brutal and cost lives. But so far, AI hasn't cost any life. Because people are now more knowledgeable. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Even though we have people that are saying, for example, in religious settings, some people are saying AI wants to take the position of God. The pastors are preaching with AI. See, I had to attend to that debate. I said, okay, should a pastor ought to be using AI or the Holy Spirit? Like, how would you say AI or? What is the meaning of the or? What is the competition between the two? Say, because you can just go to AI today and say, give me a message. Are you not supposed to listen and wait to receive the message to preach? So the way I solved that fight within them that day was that you receive message and use AI as a tool to prepare that message. When you receive topic, you shall still have to develop it. So use it. So you use the two, and then we solve the fight. There is always a fight. And this one brought something very big, the electrical age. Until today, I just want you to wonder, how many things do you think will be functional without this happening? Just look around you and imagine how this place will look like. Just look around. The camera won't be there, the microphone won't be there, the lights won't be there, the AC won't be there, the fan won't be there. All came out of this electrical age. So those who discovered this also became wealthy all of a sudden. And those who do not know or fail to embrace it crashed. Now, finally, talking about revolution changing status. I remember this story of World War II. I think something happened either in 1940 or 1941. You see, in World War II, America said, we are not part of it. And they stayed away. So other countries were fighting. Germany and all, Japan was with them. So Japan, in its quest to ensure that he conquers the whole South Asia, he wants to make sure that America do not suddenly say they will interfere. In fact, Japan was already in China, dealing with China. That time, China was nowhere to be found in those wars. So to ensure that does not happen, that America do not interfere, they now planned a surprise attack. Oh my God. On a Sunday morning, I think December 7, 1940 or 1941, the planes that Japan sent to Pearl Harbor were so many that when they saw it on the radar, they thought it can't be real, that the radar is malfunctioning. Are you getting what I'm talking about? They saw planes coming, but the fact is malfunctioning. There can never be as many planes as this. Now lie you. The sailors were sleeping at the port at Pearl Harbor with all their ships. You know, all these big American warships. And Japan struck all of it, killed over 2,700 sailors in a day. They crippled America. And normally, for what Japan did that day, America ought to be shut up. Pata. But America already discovered a technology that the rest of them do not know. They call it the atomic bomb. They entered the war with the atomic bomb. And by the time they drop it on Hiroshima in Japan and Nagasaki in Japan, the war ended. Everybody say we are no longer fighting. Because this cannot be a fair competition. Are you getting what I'm talking about? When one is too big We have never seen something like this. A bomb that can take out a whole city once. We only know a bomb that can take out rooms, like a room, like grenades. Oh my God! Even Russia, everybody. We have to find out about this new technology, and that's wisdom. Don't try to go into competition with someone that just discovered a new technology. It will be an unfair competition. So please go through quickly. All right, quickly, continue. You now understand all of this. Continue. Now, today, what is that thing that is rearranging? Go back a step. What's that thing that is rearranging advantage? Say it like you know it. Yeah. Say it louder. Yeah. Say, hey, hi, my love. Yeah. Because, oh my God, you better make sure it's your love. You don't want it to be your competitor. You'll be crushed. And that's the fact. You'll be crushed. So let's go quickly. Keep going. Now wait here. A step back. Very good. So the pattern always follows this. The pattern is always a new force appears. And then the meaning is that a technology or discovery changes what is possible. All right? Then, because of the new force that appears, early adopters of that new force will gain an advantage. Early adopters. Because as time goes on, it will become a common thing. All right? So what does that mean? Those who understand it early move ahead. Then, what happens next is that old skills, the skills that was giving you money yesterday, my God, it usually happens between parent and children. The skill that gave the parents wealth, their survival, their livelihood, they will want to mistakenly force it on the children. Meanwhile, that same skill may no longer be relevant. So those parents, I have seen parents like that, after their children have graduated, then they approach me and say, then in my mind, I don't used to say it out, but they will be hearing now what is in my mind. I used to think, Shajo mu course to in school. Shajo agree. Did you agree for that course? Are you getting what I'm talking about? We didn't say anything concerning the course he went for in the university. Now, after 5 years, you came to me and said, are you getting what I'm talking about? So, early adopters. Now, it does not only affect persons. New industries begins to emerge. Industry that you do not know before begins to appear. All right? When did we begin to have all this software engineering thing? Just in the past decade, not up to 10 years, that it became this popular. You get what I'm talking about? And see how long it took universities before they begin to incorporate software engineering. Are you seeing that? Now, because of software engineering, can you mention industries that have come to light? No, the names of the company, yes. Google is far. Money, pay. That's an example of a new industry. Pay. Like banks with no physical structure. If you tell people that 20 years ago that will ever be possible, they will arrest you and not take you to prison. They will take you to an hospital. Check this boy. Otin Ronuju. A bank. Like, it doesn't make sense. What no wrong now? But it happened. New industries that we do not know. So you see, one thing I want you to pick from this lesson is that no matter what you have right now, you have to remain at alert. That even if AI should change tomorrow, you should be able to cite it quickly and be part of it as soon as possible. Are you getting around? Not just about AI now, but anything. Things keeps changing. And when Google came, we thought there is nothing that can ever be better than Google. We are always thinking that at every change. No, nothing can ever be better than this. Even for printing press. Do I need printing press today? Knowledge flies today. It's no longer working. In fact, it does not fly. It appears, it disappears and appears. Everybody with their phone have access to everything today. As your pastor is preaching, you can be checking and confirming. Any example, you can confirm immediately. So everybody now has to be careful. And make sure you do your research very well before you talk. Can you imagine? So, look at it. When all of these things appears, all right, and we begin to have new jobs, companies, markets that are created, then what is next? Education must adjust. And that's the limiter. If you are not careful, you will allow education to limit you. You have no excuse. Oh, I went to the university, they did not teach us any practical work. You have no excuse. The only question we ask is that, are there people that you went to the same university together? You studied the same course together, yet were able to find out. So what happened to you? You have no excuse whatsoever. You just have to remain at last. So even if schools are not getting this done, you must find a way to get it done, by all means. Else, you will be on the disadvantaged side. Okay? And see what follows. Late adopters become dependent. I hope you know what it means to be dependent. You are surviving as long as your dependent is allowing you. The day your dependent says it's enough. And you can only survive based on what your descendant can offer you. I mean, your dependent, I'm calling it dependent. Well, what's the other word? No, it's the same thing. The sponsor, okay, let's call it sponsor, are allowing you. If they give you a penny, if they give you peanut, that's what you deal with. You can complain, but you are a dependent. Are you getting what I'm talking about? So that's so much a limit. So those who refuse to adapt become consumers like Africa that we are changing. Consuming, being a consumer makes you poor. Okay? If I want to make you poor, if you are a child of a rich man, and I want to make you poor, you know what I will do to you? And I want to take your position. You know what I will do to you? I will come to you and say, I want to be serving you. Don't do anything again. Don't do anything. Don't even polish your shoe. I will do everything for you. That's what was done to us. Like, you people, you have oil. You don't need to do anything. Just import it. We'll make phones for you. Even shoes, Italian shoes. We'll make it for you. You are rich now. We'll serve you. Just go to bed. Then our money begins to lose value. And those that are giving us those things begins to rise in value. That's how you take position. You see that person, we have to come back to find help tomorrow. Because one day, if I continue to do that, it will become dependent on me. Are you getting what I'm talking about? That without me, he cannot do anything. I have changed the status. So the day I say, it's enough. No more. Then when it comes, say, okay, you stay for 2 days. You wait for 5 days before you could get it. And then he cries and cries and cries, but with the power is now in my hands. I learned it through service. Are you saying that? So, those who refuse to adapt don't become a consumer. They become a consumer of those that produce. Become a producer, a giver. Let's go to the next one. So, there are 3 levels that this AI competition we are talking about will affect. 3 levels. I will take it from number 3 back to 1. Number 3, the competition will be between companies. Company versus company. Let me see if I can forward this thing to the media team. Media team, get ready. It's coming to Mr. Timmy's WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay. So when you receive this, you can display it on the screen. Okay. There you have it. All right, so I said the competition will be with number one. Number one, what? To be between companies. Okay? And the competition will now be company that uses AI and company that don't use AI. Now, I made a mistake there. The competition cannot be between companies that use AI and companies that do not. It should be an unfair advantage. Are you getting what I'm talking about? It's like a country having an atomic bomb and the other not having, and still thinking you can be in war with that same company. That doesn't make sense. Are you getting me? So there cannot be a competition between company that uses AI and the one that does not. That would be a what? An unfair advantage. The other persons, that will be affected are civilization versus civilization, or countries versus countries. Today, even if countries want to fight war, they must use AI. You know, when the recent war was going on, myself and my brother were following it because we know how much it's going to affect us and things. We want to be ahead and be ready. So we were asking questions at a time that something is not right here. How can a country be able to identify the leaders all of a sudden of a certain country and take them out? And then they know where to hit immediately. To the extent that another country is now reduced to just claiming a strait. They cannot even really fight back normally. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Say, no. Something. And my brother said they must be using AI. It sounds funny because it looks as if AI is something you do only on phones. So it sounds funny like, they are cheating. And sincerely, if they are using AI, they are cheating. And do you know what? When the commandant of the American army started talking about what they have been doing with the war, he mentioned it by himself that they have been using AI. That's unfair. It is totally unfair. It is an error to get involved in battle with anyone when you are not using AI and they are using it. Can you imagine how fast that thing is? The thinking. You can just be feeding it anything and be telling it what should we strike next. Okay, my brother was saying that man Trump is too old to be able to think that fast. He must be using AI. That's what he said. That how can he be able to think that fast? And it looks as if, and they confirm it, we have been using. Wow. As a person, don't think you can be in competition with another person that uses AI when you are not. Are you following what I'm talking about? So do we have that picture? Can it come up now? Okay. Maybe while you get the picture ready, let me have the next slide. So what are those that will be the losing team in this AI revolution? The losing team. So maybe we will rearrange ourselves after this talk. If you're on this team, you move to this side. Okay. So these are people that, number one, read it out. Forget it. That is gone. I can't, so some of you that are into graphics design before, that can say, I will get it ready in 5 days. If you like, continue to do that. You get it ready in 5 days. Before you come back, I will prompt my AI. I will send your work to you.
5 days. Oh, the tune shako. You'll see, status have changed. Oh. Don't go and be displaying status that have expired. And say, do you know how hard it is to design? That was yesterday. People are designing with AI. Designing their wedding cards with AI today. Some of my birthday wishes that I got were with AI. I knew when I saw it. This person cannot design. And this is too fine. You know? So, number one, the losing team, those who are not using AI at all. Then number two, this one is soft too, and it's going to get a lot of people. And these are people that uses only AI. Those who don't use it at all, those who depend only on AI, these are the people that copies, here is your defense for tomorrow. They will copy everything and send it to the supervisor. No sense of his own. Here is an advanced copy of. Then, sometimes the AI will put placeholders where you insert dates, okay, where you insert your name, and then without too, your name. Those ones, like I said, will be so soft. There are four. Their loss will be so soft too. Because they won't understand quickly why they are losing. Because to them, they will feel like everybody is using AI. But the difference will be that they are using only. You know that you don't have to study medicine to be able to know how to treat people today, have you? Oh, yeah, go and treat you. Just prompt AI. Like, if you enter an hospital, like it's happening now, and you see all these intern doctors that are from private universities, you know what that means? Private universities, it means they are most probably from rich homes. They don't touch them. You can't force them to learn if they don't want to learn. In fact, they are fast to say, hey, hi, will teach me. And then that doctor shows up. As he's asking you a question, he's not taking note. My patient is having a headache. His eyes are red. Run, no. If they have put drip in your hand already, carry everything. Run for your life. Because it's happening already. Don't mistakenly fall into this. Now, let's go to the winning team. The winning team. Next slide. The winning team. Very simple. The winning team will use what? And you see that it's simple. Very simple. And you know the meaning of use. Okay, go back to the previous slide. Do you see this? These ones, is AI that is using them. But the next one, the winning team will be in charge of it. They know when the AI system is wrong. Are you getting what I'm talking about? You know when they are wrong. It's already happening in coding, right? Like people with design software and say like, I vibe coded this within 2 days. I have sacked all my software engineers. And then 2 days after, you see post in need of software engineers. And the app you built yesterday is now in trouble. One pattern I've noticed is that for softwares, even for designs and generally, the first prompt will give you something good. All right? Something good. By the time the client begins to come back and say, let us add this. Let us make it this. Let it show this feature, and you go back to AI and say, let us add this. It may just scatter everything at that spot. I think it happens with design too. Say, change the color of this dress to black. And then before you know it, you have to start all over again. AI overload. But if you are good at what you do, AI will only give you speed and accuracy. Are you getting what I'm talking about? And you will know when to cut out its excesses. You will know. You will use it as a tool. It won't use you. And those are the ones that will win this revolution. I'm telling you, the ones that you win. So don't make the mistake. Because you would have noticed, SQ have redesigned courses. In fact, it's like almost every year we have to touch the curriculum. Almost every year. Sometimes twice in a year, we must touch the curriculum. Now, this year, there is going to be a lot of AI. You have to be great at it. But don't make the mistake. The moment you begin to use AI to submit your assignment in school, forget it, you're already replaced. Because if you can use AI to do it all, I can also... Are you getting what I'm talking about? So don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, I don't need to learn about this any longer. I can just use AI. You will be lost. You have to be very good in that thing and very good in using AI for it as well. Those are the ones that will win. So all of you that are in Team A, stand up. Be sincere, stand up. AI has been using you. You have ever copied, here is the file. Stand up. Okay, I think they have changed their mind. They are now using AI. So now, do we have the image? So this is a competition. Once you see yourself, which one do you think is the AI here? The big guy or the small guy? The big guy. Once you enter a ring, maybe you appear for an interview, and you realize that you have no knowledge in AI. Or it is AI that is using you. But the other guy is so huge in what he does, and is so huge in AI as well. Please leave the ring. Don't embarrass yourself. Now, I want you to notice something. This guy is not just small. It's not just small. He has only one leg. You know that one leg, what it means? You got in Abi? You are pitying the guy. Don't let us pity you. Don't be like this guy. You know what the one leg means? This leg is either he has only the knowledge of what he's doing, no AI skill, or he has only skills in AI to prompt AI, but no knowledge in what he's doing. Are you getting what I'm talking about? When it is one of the two, then the person already lost the battle. This is not a competition. You can't say this guy versus this guy. It is an unfair advantage. You don't want to be disadvantaged. Make sure you take notes of those lessons. Can we go back to the slide? All right. So, that is why we are announcing the theme for this year's scholarship to be AI versus AI. Come on, make it louder. That is it. That is it. So, SQR will get you ready. Let me just tell you the difference between these two before I leave. Do you see? This guy is purely robot. This guy is human with AI in his hands. Are you getting that? This is artificial intelligence versus authentic intelligence. An authentic intelligence are those people that are great at what they do, and they are great with using AI as well. They will always win. This is where we want you to be. So, at this point, before Mr. Sheyi comes up, and then we take some questions that you might have around the scholarship program, I want us to recognize the winners of today. And they are going to be the first to have these shirts
the scholarship share. Every year there is a scholarship share. So everyone that wins today, oh my God, they are in the world. Oh, they are in the world today. So this is what we do. Those people that won the Kahoot, we have their shirts, their scholarship AI versus AI shirts sent to them. And those who, yes, we'll display it here. And those who will win or won, they show your work as well. We have their shirts right now before leaving this place today. So there is going to be other shirts as well. We'll have shirts that will say, authentic developer, authentic intelligent developer. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Authentic intelligent designer, authentic intelligent digital marketer. Very good. They are different from just artificial intelligence whatsoever. Are you getting that? So anytime those people appear, don't enter into a ring with them. Thank you so much.
A round of applause once more for the founder of SQI College of ICT. Thank you very much. We can all have our seats. I am consistently surprised by the theme of every year's scholarship. And this one is very surprising. I mean, AI versus AI. By the way, I have the shirt for the AI versus AI right here for the Kahoot winners. I think I'll hold on for one of the winners. I'll just help them keep it with me in my pocket. If the media can please bring up my slide, that would be great. Thank you very much. So very briefly, I'm going to be sharing a bit of statistics from the last year's scholarship. So in case you were not around for the last year's scholarship, I'm going to be sharing the statistics. Next slide. So last year, next slide, please. Last year, 2025, we had a total number of applicants of 18,322. Can we give a round of applause for that? And the applicants who took the test were 8,607. We've been doing a bit of analysis to figure out why that is. We believe that some people registered earlier, and then when the test started, they didn't remember to go back again. So what we're doing this year is that we're ensuring that as soon as you register, you can immediately take your test. So we believe that this should improve this year. For the numbers of those who had a full scholarship, and what that means is that this amount of people did not pay anything for their tuition at SQI College of ICT, regardless of the course that they were interested in, regardless of the number of months that they had. They didn't pay anything for it. So the total legal number was 16. Next slide, please. So when I said legal, this was the reason why I said it, because a total of about 119 candidates were disqualified. And the reason was very simple. A number of them attempted to take the test multiple times, and then there were a number of impersonation cases. Is the Jacob and Esau theory. So sometimes you would see a man with full-grown beards bearing Folashade Beatrice. And the AI that we used on the system would check and say, I'm lost. Folashade Beatrice, man with full beard, disqualified. And so we had that last year. Next slide, please. Applicants represented 35 Nigerian states. That means out of the 36 states that we had in Nigeria, I don't know which state refused to partake in the scholarship. But we had 35 Nigerian states and over 35 countries globally. Over 35 countries globally. And some of those countries included Kenya, Somalia, Ghana, Malawi, and USA taking this test. Now, one of the reasons why we're sharing these statistics is because I remember one of our students, Mr. Favor taught the student, I taught the student as well. He heard about this scholarship, I think 2024, in Kano. We don't have a campus yet in Kano. maybe next year we'll have one. But he heard about the scholarship and then he took the test. And he wrote the test virtually. He took his classes virtually. Now he's working in the United Kingdom, all the way from Canada. Next slide, please. So we have a total of male applicants to be about 64% and female applicants to be about 36%. Female in the house, do we believe that this can increase this year? 50-50 this year. We will announce by the end of 70-30. Overdue. Next slide, please. Then we have an age distribution of 20 years old were the highest leading. So people who were 20 years old had the highest percentage of people who took the test. And usually it's within that range every single year. These are young people that are doing amazing things. I have students of ours who, I think they graduated last year, currently works with an international company and a Nigerian company together at the same time. And is also within this age bracket. I'm not even sure if it's up to 20 years. What that is directly telling you that he's seated right here and you're 20, you're below 20, it means that you're young, you're not too young to start. Do you get that? You're not too young to start. Next. This is a very important slide. Very important. And it shows our top referral sources. It means that how did people hear the most about the scholarship test? TikTok was number 1, but it was closely followed by friends and family. So friends and family was 21%, 21.01, and then TikTok was 21.19. But we believe strongly that friends and family was actually more than this, because some of the people who picked WhatsApp, some of the people who heard us from TikTok, were because their friends and family influenced them. What that automatically means is that one of the ways people consistently hear about this opportunity is because of you and I. It's because we are sharing this good news with other people. It's because maybe 2 years in the future or 3 years in the future, someone is going to call you and say, I really appreciate this thing that you've done for me. So thank you for telling me about this scholarship. Now I do this, now I do that. All right. The next slide. So this is what we have for this year's projections. We're hoping to have over 1 million registrations, over 800,000 participation, and that's a very small figure, really, if you look at it, because it's just 0.4% of Nigerians and 0.06% of Africans. 0.06% of Africans. And then the final slide as I conclude, I'm going to be sharing a story about Mrs. Ellen Oluyemi. She's one of our alumni. I think she was a part of one of our Mindtalk one of these days. She works as an information security officer at Polinet in the United Kingdom. And currently, she's one of the global ambassadors for safe practices of AI in the world. Now, the same AI that we are talking about right now. So when they are making policies about AI and ensuring that AI is safe, you can be sure that you have an SK alumni that is a global ambassador. I think that deserves a louder round of applause. Now, the reason why we are sharing this is because these statistics are not just numbers. They are actually lives that have been impacted. The names that I'm mentioning them intentionally, because it's not just 16,000 people, it's not just 18,000 people, it's not just 6,000 people. These are individual lives that have been impacted. These are individual lives that are making changes. I think I remember a story. I'm remembering 2 stories at the same time, but I'll just share the one that the founder shared as well. We have an alumni who works at CAP PLC. If you don't know CAP PLC, they are the majority producers of paint in Nigeria. So if you use Dulux paint, if you use Santex, they are the ones that manufacture it. But currently it's transitioning over to UAC. UAC is one of the biggest companies in Nigeria. They are in charge of Gala. If you've visited Gala before, let me see your hands. Or you've heard of Gala before, practically everybody. And he's moving there as their head of IT. Now, this same person has consistently recommended SQI students over and over and over again. What I want you to trace is this. The Michael Patrick I mentioned that learnt in Kano, all the way from Kano, that now works in UK. Last year, he sponsored 2 students who were not able to make the full scholarship and paid for their tuition. Completed the entire tuition. Now, those 2 students are probably doing amazingly well and will want to contribute to this year. You can see it's a ripple effect. So imagine, for one reason or the other, Mr. Michael Patrick did not hear about the scholarship. How will those 2 that got full tuition get their tuition? How will the ones that are benefiting from those 2 also get their own? Same thing with CAP PLC. All of the people that have been hired by CAP PLC that came from SQI, how would they have heard about it if we don't have an alumni that told them? So it's a trajectory and it's a very direct line. And that's why we don't really joke with the scholarship every single year. So this is what I'm just going to do. I'm going to hand over to the media. They are going to show us a couple of alumni stories. And we'll go to the AMA session. So the AMA session is an Ask Me Anything session. Any question at all that you may have about the scholarship, you can raise your hand or you can write it down in a piece of paper and give it to the usher, and then they will share with us. So over to you, media, if we have the video now.
My name is Oluwafẹ́rànmi Adeniji. I'm currently a senior software engineer at
IT at CAP PLC. I studied at SQI between 2011 and 2012. I heard about SQI in 2011 and I didn't have enough at the time for my tech light, and I heard about their scholarship and I put in for it and I scored 68. My name is Olodaya Jala. I'm currently the head of IT at CAP PLC. I studied at SQI between 2011 and 2012. I heard about SQI in 2011 and I didn't have enough at the time for my tech light, and I heard about their scholarship and I put in for it and I scored 68%, and that was a whooping 68% of my payments to study at SQI. So SQI did not just equip me with the tech skills, they've equipped me with the right mindset towards tech, towards business as a whole. For short, I would advise anyone hearing me not to miss the opportunity of the scholarship. Registration is always free. Right? If I had the chance to say I want to start another tech journey, to always be SQI. And to always be SQI, not just because of the tech skill, but because of the value, support, and career advices. So like they say,
study at SQI, succeed anywhere.
My name is Olodaya Jala.
While we queue up
the
next video,
I studied at SQI between 2011 and 2012.
Let's queue up the next
I heard
one.
about SQI in 2011.
Hi, my name is Christina Tilokbe. I'm currently residing in Canada and I studied at SQI College of ICT. I heard about SQI scholarship in 2011 after my secondary school education at Federal Government College, Ogumosho in Nigeria. I scored around 49%, which was about 40% of my payments. SQI did not just equip me with a test skill, it was a foundation to my career discovery and a key to networking with right-minded people. SQI would always be my first choice because of value, support, career advantages they offer are simply amazing. Don't miss out the scholarship opportunity at SQI College of ICT. Registration and tests are free, so there's absolutely nothing holding you back.
Before we can queue up the next video.
Hi.
Before we do that.
My name is Akintom.
Okay, it's fine. Just continue. Okay, hold on, please. So, I just remembered Mrs. Christiana. Mrs. Christiana is not Mr. Ajala, but she's Ajala in the sense that she travels almost everywhere in the world. She's been to China, Morocco, Canada, UK. But the most interesting part is every single time she's there, she's always mentioning about SQI with whatever company that she's working with. Every single time. So we can have the next video, please.
Hi, my name is Akintomo Abolade. I'm currently a principal software engineer at NatWest Group, London, and I studied at SQI. Back in 2010, after one of our usual evening football sets with friends in the hood, as we know Gejo, a friend of mine asked me to escort him to one of his friend's hostel. I had no idea we were heading to a tech training center. So as we got there, I looked around and something clicked like, this is what I've been craving for all along. My scholarship test with SQI was a great one, quite different. The atmosphere, the people, the opportunity, it felt accessible and real. That unplanned visit turned out to be one of the biggest turning points of my life. SQI didn't just teach me tech. They instilled in me the right mindset, discipline, and exposure that helped launch my journey into global tech space. Friends, don't miss out on the scholarship opportunity at SQI College of ICT. Registration and tests are free, so there is absolutely nothing holding you back. If I had the opportunity and chance to start my tech journey again, SQI would still be my first choice. The value, the support, and career growth they offer are truly life-changing.
No matter your location, whether you are in Ibadan, whether you are in Abeokuta, whether you are in Oshogbo, whether you are in Ogbomoso, you can absolutely succeed. My name is Oluwafemi Adeniji. I'm currently a senior software engineer at Moneypoint. I studied software engineering at SQI College of ICT in 2019. I first heard about SQI on the radio back in 2017. As a student at the time, I was passionate about technology and curious about how things really work. I've always been passionate about building solutions that work and solving real-life problems with technology. In 2019, I took the first step. I applied for the SQI scholarship test and scored 65%, which meant I only paid 35% of the tuition fees. That scholarship opportunity completely changed my life. SQI didn't just equip me with technical skills, they equipped me with the right mindset. I'll never forget the monthly Mindset Mondays program at SQI. We learned about presenting ideas, convincing people to use our products, how to attract investors, how to present our product ideas. At SQI, you just don't see what's possible. You are surrounded by people who are doing incredible things, which naturally motivates you to aim higher. It's been 6 to 7 years since I left SQI, and the foundation they provided me has been rock solid. I still refer back to the knowledge I gained during my time at SQI anytime I'm building complex solutions. Just 1 year after graduating from SQI, I participated in a national hackathon organized by the federal government of Nigeria through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and we won. I got an award by the President of Nigeria at the time, President Muhammadu Buhari, at the Aso Rock Villa. An achievement that traces directly to the confidence and skills SQI instilled in me. Today, I organize and lead weekly meetings with over 300 software engineers in attendance. From someone who used to struggle with communication, SQI transformed me into a confident leader who can take on major responsibilities. The presentation skills, the confidence to speak up, and the ability to lead teams, all of this started at SQI. Don't miss out on the scholarship opportunity at SQI College of ICT. Registration is free, the test is free, so there's absolutely nothing holding you back.
Study at SQI. Succeed anywhere.
Can we give that a round of applause, please? I'm sure that we must have been inspired, especially if this is your first time coming to SQI or you're learning a tech skill or the other. you're inspired by these testimonies, and one day probably you aspire to become like them. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to look at your neighbor eyeball to eyeball. Watch their hands if they are married so that the eyeball is not too much. And say that you're next. You're next. Awesome. So can we begin the AMA session? So if we have questions already, do we have anyone in the audience that has a question? You can raise your hands. About the scholarship, you can raise your hands. Don't be shy. Then if we have questions online, the media can assist with that as well. If you would prefer to write your questions, you can still do that. So can we begin to take that now? Anyone in the audience with a question? All right. Please make welcome with me Miss Janet Oduleke as she continues with the next session. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Without any questions, I believe you are saying you have all the information you need about the scholarship. Right? Right? Okay. So, let me test your knowledge a bit about the scholarship. So you already know the way it's done is you take a test, and whatever you score in the test determines whether you're going to get a full scholarship or a discount-based scholarship or a partial scholarship, as we call it. So what score qualifies you for a full scholarship? Can we have an answer? 80% and above. So we are not saying that you should stop at 80. If you want, you can score 98. You can score 100. But then, we'll test and see. Thank you. So you're qualified for a full scholarship if you're able to score 80% and above. And you're allowed to take the test at your own convenience in your own house, wherever you want to take it. And if you want to come to any of our campuses to take the test, you are also allowed. So today, the scholarship portal is officially open. If you want to register, just go to sqi.edu.ng/scholarship, register, then immediately you can take your test. So you can register now and take your test, like literally now. Get your result now and know your fate. So whether you're qualified for a full scholarship or a discount-based scholarship, or we'll tell you, thank you for joining us, we'll see you again next year. But whichever journey you are on, we have something, we have a package for you. And I believe that you are brilliant, you are intelligent, you are smart. You will think creatively and you answer the questions very well. All right. So we have this looks like a testimony, actually. But I think the person is so, I don't want to say so shy, but maybe a little shy to say it. So let me read it out. Okay. It's a testimony plus a question, so just listen to the testimony part of it. So the person says, thank you so much for the speech. I guess that's to the director. So director, thank you so much for the speech. I so much enjoyed the session, says the person. The first time I heard about SQI was 2021 while I was in secondary school by Olawale Grant, the then HR son, HR now HPC. Okay. He gave me a flyer for the scholarship. Grant, God bless you. Thank you, Olawale Grant. That's so beautiful. But I was not opportune to register. 2 years ago, I wrote the test, scored 64%, and studied graphics design level 1. Let's appreciate that. That's beautiful. But then, I didn't have the money to continue. So last year, I wrote another one and scored 68%. Okay. But school didn't allow me. But I paid my acceptance fee. So I'm asking that, can I continue writing this year's scholarship and using my last year's acceptance fee and finishing the remaining levels of my course. This is beyond my power. So let me hand over to the one with the power.
Sorry. Yeah, so you can take the test again this year, even if you've taken it many years before. The alumni I mentioned earlier that works in the United Kingdom with Pollinate, there is also a global ambassador for AI generally across the world. She wrote it like 15 times. So she wrote it, she did software. She wrote it, she did cybersecurity. She wrote it, she did networking. So you can write it as many times as possible within a year, right? So you can just take it once a year, but then when it's next year again, you can decide to take it and use it for another course. Regarding the acceptance fee thingy, Otilo, you pay another one.
All right, thank you. So we have another one here. Okay, thank you. So this one says, I'm currently studying web development. When I check the curriculum on the website, there is no course relating to AI. Does that mean I will have to take another AI course when I'm done, or the curriculum will be recomposed? The curriculum will be changed. I guess that's the word she's trying to use. Or maybe,
Okay. So no, you don't need to take another course. Like the founder said earlier, every single course at SQI is now plus AI. So that means that if you take a full program at the college, whether it's software engineering, whether it's data science, whether it's digital marketing, you are also going to be taking the AI part alongside with it. In fact, if you check the website now, all the listed courses are plus AI. So you don't need to cover for an additional fee to learn the AI part. Now that I'm saying it very publicly, in case your instructor has not gotten there, remind him and hold him by the neck and say, where is my AI? So I'm going to read this. Can students currently taking a course take the test for that course? Given the fact that there are levels, can one get a scholarship for the other levels? Yes, you can. You can. Are there any more questions? Okay. So we're going to just check online if you have more questions. Oh, I'm seeing one. Can someone currently, so this person is from YouTube. I don't know the part of the word. It might just be Kano. Or the part of the state of Nigeria that didn't take the test last year. So let's answer the question. Can someone currently studying at SQI apply for the scholarship to take another course? Or is there any course that offer hacking? So first part, yes, you can take the scholarship to apply for another course. Yes, that one is capital letter YES. Is there any course that offer hacking? No. And yes. So the course you're looking for is actually called ethical hacking. So you have to put that ethical. Because if you say you want to come and study hacking, you might see some people dressed in black that will come and carry you. Ethical hacking, or you're taking cyber security. So yes, you can do that as well. Do you have any other one? I think you can go ahead with the announcement. If there's any other one, we'll just take it. Okay?
All right, do you have any other question from the audience? Okay. So beyond whether or not you want to take the scholarship test this year, one thing that we want to employ you to do is to share the news with everybody around you. Don't know whose life you might be changing by just sharing a flyer or just talking about it. You already have your social media platforms. Write a post about it on Facebook. Write something about it on LinkedIn, on X, on Instagram. Create a video about it. Create a video about it on TikTok. I'm going to do the same, and I want to encourage you to do the same. You just might change a life. And you never know. Maybe the helper you have been asking for might just be the person that will take the test. So just do it. And the scholarship test will be open from today till the 1st of August, Saturday, 1st of August. So that's about 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yeah. 3 weeks full of, periods whereby you can take the test. You can take it at any time from anywhere, whether you are in Kano, in Abuja, whether you're in outside Nigeria, so don't think it's limited to Nigeria. You already see the stats. We had people from Ghana, we had from Kenya, we had from Somali, Zambia, just anywhere in the world. You can take it. You can take it. And because you've taken software engineering does not mean that you can, just opt in to take another course. We are in the world of information. Expose yourself, learn, explore, explore all the possibilities that there are. So I have a few announcements here for us before we would leave this event. Let me ask a question. How many of us wished we knew about tech 10 years ago? I know there are many people who wished. How many people wished that the day they born you like this, they just took you to a tech training school? You know how much learning tech maybe like 10 years ago is like buying Bitcoin. Yeah, like exactly, buying Bitcoin then. That's what it's like. You would have been so ahead. You've moved miles ahead. So because we see that gap, we want to fix that gap. We want to make Africa the frontier of technology, and we want to ensure that no matter the age you are, you can be a part of the tech revolution. So I'm happy to announce to you that SQI Summer School is back. In case you don't know what SQI Summer School is, it's something we do every year whereby children from the ages of 8 to 12 get a chance to learn tech. Age is not a barrier. And the interesting thing about this year's edition is, before now, whenever they come in for a course, let's say they're doing coding or graphics design or 3D animation. But now, it's different. This one is a whole package. Somebody say package. Say full package. Exactly. So what this means is, when they're going to be taking this course, they're going to be learning coding. Each child is going to be learning coding, learning how to design graphics, to create animation. They will learn prompt engineering. They will be able to produce videos and podcasts. They'll be able to solve real-life problems, collaborate on projects. They will be able to develop games. Like, is that loaded and packed? So if you know a child, which I believe you do, if you have a younger sister, a younger brother, a younger cousin, a younger niece, a younger nephew, a younger neighbor, bring them. Just bring them in. If you know a parent around you, this flyer will be shared across all our groups. Please just share it with our parents. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Imagine that when you were 8 years old, you were just, thrown into one tech training institute and you were learning how to code from 8 years old. By now, you will be Elon Musk, something, So, introduce this opportunity to a parent that you know. Share it with your own parents if you have younger siblings. Let them know the importance of starting early and let them know that age is not a barrier. Anybody can learn tech. All it takes, they need to register, start the registration process, and by between August 3 to September 4th, 2026, the SQI Summer Camp or the Summer Boot Camp will be on. And also, in the same light, the admission process for the national diploma courses that we offer at SQI College of ICT is currently on. So what that means is if you know somebody who just finished secondary school, whether they wrote JAMB this year or not, it does not matter. If they are trying to build a career in tech, they want to be ahead of, of this age in that sense or this time, all they need to do is to come to SQI College of ICT. We have diploma programs that they can take, 2-year programs that are already AI inclusive, so they can take any course ranging from computer science with AI. Sorry, computer science is already having AI inside. Computer science with AI, I'll still put with AI, plus AI, exactly. We also have business administration plus AI. We have accounting plus AI. So that's the juicy part. It's not just your theoretical and practical skills alone, they are learning how to use AI with those skills. So if you know anybody who just finished secondary school, are waiting admission, they are still waiting for admission from one school, tell them SQI is ready to receive them. They can come here and start their journey in tech. So you can visit the website and register for the post-UTME, sqi.edu.ng/post-UTME. So just register, you take your post-UTME test, and if you're qualified, you will be one of our students by this time, in few months' time, I guess. All right, and this is to all ND students, ND1 and ND2. I am happy to announce to you that your exams will continue immediately after the Mindtalk program. So I wish you a wonderful exam. Succeed. I mean, you will do it. And we have our Show Your Work winners for the month. Media, can we have them? So all Show Your Work winners for the month will also, in addition to the prizes that they already have, the 100K cash prize for the selected winners, they will also be getting the AI versus AI t-shirts. So, can we see our winners for the month? Okay. So, from the Ogbomosho campus, can we have the shirts? Let them come and receive it. So, from SQI Ogbomosho, we have Oladejo Inioluwa Julius from the level 5 of web development. Please, if I call your name, just come forward. You deserve to be celebrated. We have Oluwatimilenyu Gundere from level 3 software engineering department, SQI World. We also have Fabinu Goodness from digital marketing department, level 2, SQI Ogbomosho. And we have Oladipupo Samuel from the data science department, SQI Ogbomosho. I think at this rate, Samuel deserves an additional award. This is like the 3rd or 4th time he's coming up as one of the Show Your Work winners. Yes, please, let's celebrate Samuel. This is an excellent one. How many do we have here? Okay, we have, so there is a tie. 3 white shirts, 1 blue shirt. So who do we give the blue to? The lady. The lady. The lady. So I have 2 ties. Should I give this to the world winner or to the lady? To the lady. The lady, what do you want? The lady have it. Abby has it. Okay, so the other prizes for them. Come. Ejati. Yes. Let them take a picture of you. To the center, okay. Can you just move a little bit here? The media wants to. Okay, I think this will be better so that they'll capture you better. So just, yeah, let the front show. Let the AI versus AI show. Your AI show. All right, can we celebrate them? Thank you for participating in the Show Your Work Challenge. So don't worry, you still have your normal prize, or you still have your 100K prize. So it's not that we are saying that because you now have shirts. No, you still have your prize. So in case you're wondering what are they winning for, it's actually simple. Every time you come to class, almost every other day, you are given a task. You are given an assignment, a project to work on or collaborate with your fellow colleagues. Sorry. All right. So every time you come to class, you're given a project to work on or to collaborate with, maybe with your other colleagues, or just an assignment. So we want you to share that journey. We want you to build in public. We want people to see that you're building something worth, celebrating, and we also want to celebrate you. So every time you do anything, like you design a flyer, you you built an app, you did anything, just share it online, tag SQI College of ICT, speak a little about the project, and submit your work to sqi.edu.ng/show-your-work. If you're one of the lucky winners for the month, you are entitled to 100K. So if you're one of the lucky winners, you get an 100K pool prize alongside the other winners and some other prizes that comes like this once in a while around the month. So that's all you need to do to be part of the winners for the next edition of the Show Your Work. And for the last Show Your Work winners, Kahoot. Okay, for Kahoot winners for last month, I was made to know that you have another prize waiting for you. So, from Boda Sunday Adeyemo, the speaker, the guest speaker from the last, can you celebrate him from the last Mindtalk? Yes. So, just, should I tell them to see the front desk? Okay, so just see the front desk, identify yourself, and if you want, maybe you're from another campus, see the front desk of your campus as well. They will communicate with the right channel and ensure that you get your own gift. So this AI versus AI shirt is entering my own eyes. So they said if it's also entering your own eyes, it's actually available for you. Not for free. Not for free. Not for free. So just visit the front desk of your campus and at a very affordable price, you get, no, I'm not going to say it. You cannot force me. So at a very affordable price, you can get your own AI versus AI shirt. Okay. Do you have any other announcement? I guess we do not. So, with all joy, we are happy to announce again that the 16th edition of the SQI Annual Scholarship Program has officially started. And this year, we are going big. We are expecting 1 million registrations. So be a part of that 1 million and be a part of those that will spread the news to the rest of the 1 million. Share it across everywhere that you know. Across everywhere that you know. If maybe somebody asks you anything, you're confused, just direct them to the front desk. They will get all the answers that they need. All right. So, it's been a very wonderful event. We have had an amazing time. We have learned that in this age, what really stands you out is authentic intelligence. We already mentioned that those who will win in this age will be those that do what? That use AI. Those that do not allow AI to use them. So I encourage you as you leave this room that you use AI intelligently and creatively to make your work, your career, and your life better. And maybe in the next few years, we'll be able to say that you were part of the people who were the winners of the AI revolution. So thank you for joining Mindtalk today. I will see you next month. My name remains Janet Oduleke. Thank you for coming. So please, you can go back to your classes, enjoy the rest of your day, take pictures with your friends, talk about Mindtalk online, have a good time. Are we taking pictures? Staff members. We are not wearing t-shirts.